What's up, sports bettors? I know I've already given out a lot of picks for Thursday night football, including this bad boy on Underdog Fantasy. So we got a little NBA and then two props for Monday night football. We have Steelers Colts. So we can briefly look through the odds, and you'll notice that the Colts are best offered at minus 132. So betting 132 to win 100. And the Steelers across the entire market are best offered at plus 132 on SBK. So this is what you call when the minus number equals the plus number for equal and opposite outcomes. This is called a pick'em market because what it means is you could bet $132 on the Colts on, that other sports book, whatever it was, Betway, $100 on the Steelers at plus 132, and there would be no loss of value. So one of these plays, it's a market without VIG, right? Minus 132, plus 132. It's not an arbitrage bet, but it's a market without VIG. It's called a pick'em market. So essentially, what's critical as a sports bettor is understanding these terms, understanding how sportsbooks make money. And how they make money is they charge a spread, right? That spread is called the VIG. Some sportsbooks charge more VIG than others. Like you can see here, Pinnacle, they're minus 142 Colts, plus 128 Steelers. They have 14 cents a VIG. PlayNow.com, minus 145, plus 125. They have 20 cents, right? 20 cents of width in their market. So this isn't kind of exactly the definition of VIG, but you get the point. Proline, 24 cents apart. So they have higher VIG than Pinnacle, right? So essentially, as a sharp bettor, what you're doing is you're looking through the entire market, treating every sportsbook as an independent data point of where the line should be set, and you're looking for those plays where you can get enough value to beat the VIG, beat the juice. And currently, I don't see anything for money line, spread, or total, so what I ended up going with is a player prop. This is my first bet that I'm going to take you through. Jonathan Taylor, under 2.5 receptions at plus 100 odds on FanDuel. You can see it's currently the highest profit margin bet on OddsJam for the sportsbooks I have selected. Here are the 5 sportsbooks that I, use when I'm at home in Virginia, where I'm still home for the holidays. Caesars, FanDuel, Prize Picks, Underdog, WinBet. Those are the main ones I use. And I'm just on the positive EV tool. So again, the positive EV tool is pretty simple. All it does is it takes, kind of the millions of odds across sports books. Every sport, it's free to browse odds on OddsJam. Any sport you want to look at, frickin' tennis, boxing, whatever markets you want to look at, it's free to browse odds. All the EV tool does is it's very simple but beautiful, is it just points out the biggest line discrepancies, right? Plays with value, enough value to beat the VIG, beat the juice. So it literally scans millions of odds across sportsbooks for, as you can see, these 10 or so betting opportunities that actually have an edge, right? That are actually profitable enough to beat the VIG, beat the juice. So why do we like this play? Let's go through it. On FanDuel, we're getting this play at plus 100. Now here's what you're going to notice. Caesars, they have the under favored. The under is more juiced, right? The under is minus 119. The over is minus 115. On DraftKings, the under's juiced. On 10bet, the under's juiced. On Bovada, the under's juiced. On BetOnline, the under is juiced. These are fantasy sites, so we'll ignore them. They're not sportsbooks. On Pinnacle, the under is juiced. And it's an arbitrage bet. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are just the same, right? The OddsJam column is the Pinnacle column. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 sportsbooks all telling you the under should be favored. And then FanDuel is casually the only book with the over favored. So that's a massive discrepancy, right? Either all 6 of these sportsbooks are wrong and FanDuel's the smartest kid in the room, or this play is mathematically profitable. And we know by definition, either Pinnacle or FanDuel is wrong because it's an arbitrage bet. You can't be able to get plus money on the over and the under. That's an arbitrage bet, right? Because otherwise you could bet $100 on the over on Pinnacle, the under on FanDuel, and make a risk-free profit. That's called arbitrage betting, right? We have a tool called arbitrage, right? So essentially, we know one play has to be profitable, and we look at all the data in the market, which very clearly indicates to us the play on FanDuel is really good. So I locked it in. for the max I could, $125. And I say this all the time, but like a lot of people are like, oh, you can't make money sports betting. That's not possible, man. And it's like, yeah, it is. OddsJam scans. Just look how much stuff FanDuel has just for this one game, right? All these TD scorer props, all these passing props. OddsJam is updating all of these lines in real time, millions of odds, to point out these rare few betting opportunities where the sportsbooks are screwing up because they all want to set lines independently. 4.33% profit margin, which is ridiculous. The return of the stock market is 8% a year. We're getting 4.33% in a day. This game is at 8:15. It starts in 5 hours. It's going to be over in 8 hours. In a third of a day, we're getting a 4% return on capital. That's why sharp sports betting, since we've been doing these videos, we're up 46K. And a lot of people are like, that's not possible. It's like, I post on every verifiable bet tracker you have. I track my plays. It works. Math works in sports betting. You're not smarter than the market. People who bet blindly into markets, oh, the Steelers are winning tonight, I'm taking them on the money line. That means you think it's a little arrogant, right? Because it means you think you're smarter than the rest of the market. Why are you smarter than the tens of other millions of people betting on Monday Night Football tonight? Because that's what you're saying if you just bet blindly into the market because you think the Steelers are going to win. The market is the way it is because of supply and demand. Why are you smarter than the 10 million other people? Why are you smarter than the hundreds of millions of dollars that sportsbooks invest into setting their lines to make money off you, right? The only way to make money sports betting is by following the data, following the market. And because these sportsbooks have different odds, you can identify these few rare betting opportunities where you actually have an edge as the bettor. Plus 100. So long story short, I locked in this play. I like it a lot. And then I also hit this play on Devin Booker. So I'll also track that because it's also available. Devin Booker under 6.5 assists at minus 127. Same concept. These other plays are new. Some of them I already hit as well. So this Cameron Payne and Josh Giddey one were new. So by the time I started this video, they weren't available. These three. We already did a video on Underdog Fantasy, so whatever. I'm adding Booker under 6.5 assists at minus 127. Again, you need multiple sports books to be successful. You'll notice in my bet tracker, we have bets on WynnBET, Caesars. We integrated with this company called Sharp Sports, which will automatically pull your bets in and grade them as wins or losses. And you need multiple sports books because, first of all, if you don't have multiple sports books, you can't arbitrage bet, right? If you don't have multiple sports books, you can't arbitrage bet. You can't make risk-free money and bet on equal and opposite sides and get a risk-free profit. You also won't have many positive EV betting opportunities because you'll notice here, it's like there's a bunch of different sports books. You never know which sports book's going to screw up and where the value is going to be. But anyways, hopefully this video was helpful. I locked in those two plays, total profit margin with the Devin Booker one, the Jonathan Taylor one with the 4.33% profit margin, 125 stake, 541 in EV. My two bets have 924 in total profit margin. Let's make money.